We've got quite a long one here from Jay, but it's a great email. He says, "Hey guys, loving the course. It's just terrific. And I can really see all of the hard work and deep thought you've put into it. Years ago, I had a book that used memory techniques to learn meaning, pronunciation, characters, and tones. He might be, and tones, so he's not referring to the Heisig. I'm not sure what he's referring to there. I would be interested to know, actually, Jay. I thought it was the perfect answer, as I've long been attracted to such things, but it was full of fairies and dwarfs. They represented second and fourth tones, apparently. Stories I didn't relate to, that's really annoying, and hundreds of sound words. I got overwhelmed rather quickly. Your innovations with resorting initials and finals and memory palace stuff is far superior." Well, I must say that that's not our actual innovation. We have our own innovations relating to the method, and we definitely added and changed a lot to it. But the original innovations go. The credit has to go to Serge Gorodish from the Country of the Blind. The original idea of that initials and finals idea. He actually, I talked to him on his website and said, "This is fantastic. This is," and we've gone through that. And he is the one that originally came up with that specific idea. So yeah, go and check out his blog at Country of the Blind at blogspot.com. The memory palace stuff is far superior, and with all of the personal connections, I don't anticipate any capacity issues. I guess you mean, yeah, like running out of space in your brain or in your bathroom, in your mind, or whatever it is. Yeah, that's not an issue whatsoever. I'm sure everyone has their own story of the first time they were remembering a character, then had that thought, wait, if Katina is in that house and it's not whatever, it's AN. So you think of the place and then boom, you've got the pronunciation. Mine hit me a couple of days ago and made me chuckle out loud. Anyway, great job. Keep it up. Now on to my question. Okay, this is the actual question. By the way, got an email about a case study after level 5. Yep, we do like to ask our clients for a case study like we've done with Sydney and Chad recently after they reach a certain level. So if anyone else is listening and you either received that email or you want to talk to us about the method, how you're doing with it, let us know. He'd also be, Jay says he'd be happy to do a case study, but he wants to wait a little longer till he's a bit further along. That's fine. So pacing, this is his main question, pacing. As time goes by, some of my early cards are getting sizable increments between reviews. I have a question about how to rate myself in Anki, namely, how quickly should I recognize a character? I'm getting them, but sometimes I need to think a little bit before I get the full movie fully recalled. I'm wondering what the break point should be between clicking hard versus good. Maybe just remembering them is okay for now, and we'll work on speed of recognition when we get to that level that involves something more like reading. Maybe I should be slowing down and working each character until I recognize it quickly. Don't know, so I thought I'd ask. Well, I actually gave him quite a long reply to this. I'll try and remember all the points, but basically, you click hard when it involves several connections in your mind, or it takes, I'd say, more than 5 seconds. If it takes more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom. Okay, well then, if it takes longer than that, then it's probably hard. And then it will come up quicker. It will come up like, I think it's like 50% earlier than it would normally. So that next time is going to be, you're going to get it quicker. So you'll be able to hit normal probably, or good next time. Also, if you're making connections, so you remember a character, but you first have to go into your memory palace and say, okay, so that was in this place, and who was there again? Oh, it's Charlie Chaplin. All right, and then it was blah, 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 and then you get the character. Maybe that might be hard too. Maybe, but it's all about a feeling. It's all about just that's the basic gist of it. And another thing I remember saying to Jay was, you're learning a heck of a lot right now. He's not actually, he's really doing well with the course, but he's I think it's about 100 characters in. So he's just really starting to hit his stride with this method. But he's still learning loads of stuff. He's unlocking new words and reading sentences and still learning new characters, and there's a lot to go, and I'm sure he's got a daily set of tasks. So don't worry if don't try and rush towards reading. You'll get there. Let me just make sure I've answered that properly. So maybe just remembering them is okay for now. Yes, remembering them is okay for now. Yeah, absolutely. As well as, make sure to practice writing them the individual at least once. Just once, maybe twice, as you review them. But yeah, you pass that card. You remembered it eventually. Fine, hit hard, but don't worry about, I have to make sure I remember these characters easily before I want to move on to reading. No, jump in. Jump into it. Get that mass exposure as quickly as you can. So also, Jay just added some extra little things that your listeners might be interested in. In the movie review cards with the English on the front, I found myself getting cued too much by the Pinyin. I felt like he was cheating. So all you do for that, you go to browse and you go to cards and you just change the word Pinyin with the two wobbly brackets and you just cut it and paste it onto the back of the card instead of the front. And now he doesn't see the Pinyin on the front of the card. It might not suit everyone, he says, but it's a good tip to offer as an alternative hack. And there's some other comments here, but it's very specific. You guys can read it in the show notes if you like.